Hey everyone! Welcome back to another episode of Wonderful Garbage. I'm Angela, and today's a solo episode. It is just me by myself, so be prepared for like a 3-hour episode of me just ranting about nonsense, really. What's been going on, y'all? It's been crazy. I feel like just. I hate talking about stuff that's like actually happening in the world, but I will just for a second. So many things have happened in this last week that have solidified the fact that we women aren't safe anywhere, even with people who vowed to love us and protect us. Everything coming out from the CNN undercover thing, they found that website. And then women whose lives have been taken by their partners and children who have been their lives taken by their fathers. It's just a really dark time. And it's just, kind of weird. Julie and I have talked about this before, but like, it's like weird recording when the world's on fire. And we're just, I want to like disassociate, of course. That's my favorite word. And just like talk about something else. But I did see a post that was like a man asking a woman, if men were gone, who would protect you? And the woman's like, protect me from who? And that's the point exactly. That former lieutenant governor who took his own life and his wife's life with their kids in the house, he'd been accused of assault and they were getting a divorce. And then his friends are like posting pictures of him and them together being like, he was such a great guy, blah, blah, blah. No, we're not praising murderers. We're not praising people who took someone else's life. Like, we don't praise that stuff. It's just, I hate it. I hate it all. Okay, but did y'all see that thing about Caitlyn Jenner is in her true fuck around and find out stage? She apparently can't travel internationally because the gender on her passport says that she's male because of that guy's executive order that forced federal agencies to use the sex assigned at birth for all official documents. And so Caitlyn's apparently tried reaching out to Trump, asking for help, says that she still loves him, doesn't think that this was really his doing, thinks that this came from someone else, and then Trump just enforced it. The mental gymnastics that the red people do is insane. But play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. All the stuff that was coming out about like him bashing the Pope, and I saw some Catholics posting on threads like, oh wow, like now I understand I voted for Trump multiple times and I didn't really realize what, and it's just like, think, right? Okay, so to get my mind off of everything that's been going on this past week, I had an Anne Hathaway weekend. It was amazing. She was just named People's Most Beautiful Woman ever to ever exist. And 100%, that is so true. I watched The Devil Wears Prada on Saturday night. Such a classic, such like a great film to just, it's just nostalgic. There's that study that's like people will rewatch things over and over again to feel a sense of calmness because we know what's going to happen already. It's not like some new show that we're freaking out about. So I watched Devil Wears Prada and then watched both Princess Diaries yesterday, and it just made my weekend so much better. I love it. Devil Wears Prada 2 comes out in a couple months or a couple weeks. I signed up on the AMC website to get notified when the popcorn purse comes back in stock. You can only get them at AMC. I want that popcorn purse so badly. Consumerism gets me sometimes. I love it. I love this moment of things, and to have a popcorn bucket made out of a purse just sounds like my dream, really. Okay, we didn't record last weekend, so we had some notes in our notes app about the whole Alix feud. And y'all, I mean, she posted a video like, okay, so y'all know about it, right? Everyone's been waiting for Alex Earl to say something because she was the one who was like passive aggressively liking videos that bashed Alex Cooper and reposting things and making comments on videos, like alluding to something, right? So then finally Cooper was like, can you just say like what the problem is? Like, you have no NDA. I gave you back your IP address for your podcast. Like, I gave you everything. Like, you're not tied to me. Like, what is the issue? And Alix Earl hasn't said anything. She had her whole like Coachella weekend, and then she's been promoting her new skincare brand. And then she posted a video. I guess she's learning, she's taking like a stripper pole class, strip dancing. What is it called? Pole dancing. She's taking a pole dancing class, and she's like, "Oops, sorry, been kind of busy." And then the song choice for the video is "You Don't Own Me," which at this point is just like, girl, if you're going to go out there and like put things out there, liking those videos, commenting, reposting all the mean things about Cooper, come out and say it. Like, stand in your truth. At first, I thought, okay, maybe it was taking a couple days because like she has to get like lawyer approval and make sure she's not gonna get sued for anything. But it doesn't seem like that. It just seems like she's like, whatever, I couldn't be bothered. I mean, I found out that Alix Earl is a red person, and I'm just like, I was liking her when she was on Dancing with the Stars because it was really cool to like see her growth. But if she's a red person, never mind. I go back and forth on Alex Cooper. Like, sometimes I like her, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I feel like her questions get like a little too invasive and personal, and she will like continue to push, push, push. Maybe the person doesn't feel comfortable answering, but they feel like they have to because they want to get that soundbite for the podcast. I don't know. It's just like, but also like the world's burning. What is happening? And then Brianna Chicken Fry like getting all in it. It's like, girl, we don't trust you anymore for like how you handled your stuff with your best friend since childhood. Like, you don't throw that away for a man or for a job or things like this, you know? So it's just, and then Dave, oh my goodness, he doesn't look great. For being a millionaire, his skin is bad. He needs to do that CO2 thing that Tamra Judge did a couple weeks ago where her face was like green and she got like everything peeled and basically like grew new layers of skin. That's what Dave needs because his skin is horrible. Let's talk shit about more people. Amanda and West. And it like consumed me for so long just because I've been watching the show since the beginning and just so into the dynamics of these friends and these people in the house, but also understanding we don't see their whole lives. It's just insane. I've never seen Amanda out this much. A lot of people have been saying that online. They were at a Yankees game Friday night and they were caught kissing, and some lip readers, which I love when the lip readers come out and do videos and try to guess what was being said. But one lip reader thought she said, "Act like you like me," which is wild. And then another one saying, "At this point, just F it." And that's wild behavior. I don't know. The body language really looked off. Like, he didn't seem into her as much. It seemed forced. I'm sure they like had fun sneaking around when it was, ooh, we could get caught, blah, blah, blah. But now that it's like a real relationship or a real connection, it's not fun anymore. The fun is gone. So I don't know how much he's into her anymore. Oh, but did y'all see that video of him standing up and cheering? So I guess the Yankees were playing the Kansas City Royals. So they're in New York. He is like standing up and cheering because something happened, but everyone else around them isn't because they're all Yankees fans. And like he keeps cheering. There's someone he high fives, and Amanda's like pulling his pants down to like sit, and it's like, oh, okay. She's like not fun. It's not that she just wasn't fun with Kyle, like she's just not fun in general. And then Kyle, her soon to be ex-husband, posted on Threads, he was like, "I was not prepared to see that and that and that," with like the throw up face, the sick face. And yeah, neither were we. Like, I need this reunion to happen soon. We're on episode 11, I think, of Summer House, which Andy Cohen has said this next episode, the episode that comes out today, this podcast comes out on Tuesday. So the episode that comes out tonight for Summer House is supposed to be painful to watch. And we know that Amanda is not at the house that weekend, and Ciara and West have some sort of conversation. And what we saw from the mid-season trailer was them getting closer and making us believe that something was going to happen with them. So I'm interested to see how they're going to be editing the last couple of episodes and like what all that conversation entails. It's just crazy. And Ciara had said, like, if it is truly love for them, if they feel like they are soulmates, I will respect it. And like Julie and I said last episode that we recorded, like it's more of a friendship betrayal with Amanda and Ciara. Let's talk about Ciara's Glamour interview actually. Pictures were stunning. Shout out and kudos to the interviewer, Hunter Harris. The article was so great, and you could tell like he is a fan of Summer House, a fan of Ciara, like understands the dynamics of the house and being on reality TV and whatnot. She said experiencing all of this publicly is really hard, and watching what happened last summer play back is such a mind fuck. And we hear that from people at reunions sometime, right? Because they film these shows, then maybe 8 or 9 months goes by, then the show comes out, and now they're reacting to things that they hadn't seen before. Ciara said it's hard to know that there's people all around the world watching the show and seeing her get played in her face. She was like that it's just a lot for all of this to be going on. One thing I loved that Hunter wrote in this article was that, Amanda's Instagram story about her returning to normalcy. And so if she's posting online, just let her be. She's like, try to live her life again. And Hunter was like, I guess normalcy for Amanda is hanging out at New York dive bars in sunglasses and a sweater tied around her head. Like, that's normal for her. And again, we've never seen Amanda go out this much. Weird. And then she was getting mad at Kyle for like always being out too, which I guess that is different. If your husband is not coming home and he's starting this new career that keeps him away from you more, like I see that issue there. But it's just weird seeing her out because she always hated going out. Ciara talks about community being the word of her word of the year. Like before 2026 started, she was trying to figure out like what's going to be her theme of the year. And she said community. And she was like, wow, I didn't know how much I was actually going to be relying on my community through this. Like, what a year for it. We learned that her and Mia, who is the one of the new girls on Summer House, she's amazing. We learned that her and Mia live in the same building, which is fantastic. I would love to live in the same complex as my best friends. I think it would be so much fun. Ciara goes on to say that she felt closer to Amanda in the house because, like, again, like I said, it's more of like a friendship betrayal. She's like, I can never trust a man. Like, they're gonna act how they're gonna act, whatever. But she's like, I've defended Amanda to Kyle on numerous occasions, and I just feel disrespected because I was always there for her, and I thought she was there for me. And she was obviously there for me to try to get to the guy. She said that the last conversation she had with Amanda was really minimal and she wants to just wait and talk it all out at the reunion. And I was kind of wondering that, like, what has their communication been? And I like that Ciara's like, no, we're not even gonna get a chance to talk about this off camera. Like, we live our lives on camera. You're played in my face. We're going to talk about this in front of the camera so we can get like everything on record that you're saying. She was saying that her and West were trying to work on their friendship and create better boundaries and that they had agreed no more sleeping with people in the Bravo universe. Didn't happen. The interviewer asked Ciara if she thought Amanda was jealous of her, and she was like, jealous? I don't know her. She was like, you're going to have to ask Amanda about that. I don't know what she was feeling or what made her do the things that she did. Ciara said she found out a day before they released their joint statement about their connection. I don't know why I'm doing air quotes. Just like it's literally what the statement was. I don't know. Air quotes are just fun for like dumb stuff. But Ciara said she found out the day before, and then she found out like 45 minutes before they posted it about, I guess, more about this statement or what all it was like really going to say. But that's all the heads up she got. And I bet they were shitting themselves, freaking out. Well, maybe not, because it seems like they don't care about Ciara. But maybe they were freaking out about how she was going to react and like putting it out there. Ciara says that she knew a lot of people were checking her socials, so that's why she wanted to highlight the Trans Day of Visibility and the Girl Scout crew in New York and just wait until she did this article to like really get everything out. She talks about being black on TV, which we've seen in some of the episodes this summer and last summer that she learned like from a young age that she will be always treated differently because of the color of her skin, plus more sexualized as a woman. She's also talks about being told that people are scared of her and the microaggression that comes from that, even though she's on a show with people who pop off all the time and yell and get in fights and rage, people aren't labeling them as scary, but they label her automatically when she speaks up. So she feels like she has to navigate reality TV differently because she knows that she will be treated differently. I really think everyone should read this article. It's so good. The last part that I want to talk about, I got a quote that I really liked. So she says that she's only dated two people publicly on TV, but she always gets so much criticism for it. And she says, "Why do we put this pressure on young women like it's our fault for not seeing who this person was immediately? It's our fault for having bad taste in men. When men often present themselves as one way for the first 3 months and then completely end up being someone totally different." And 100%. The woman always gets the most hate, the most slack. Whenever people feel like they can pit women against each other, they're going to do it. And the responsibility from the man is like nothing. Okay, so I think I'm coming down with something. I'm feeling a little flush. You know what it is? It's Bieber fever. Y'all, I cried watching Justin Bieber's Coachella performances. He did exactly what he wanted to do on his terms. He was paid $10 million to perform at Coachella. Usually that money is going to go towards like your sets and design and just like all the people that you have to pay for stuff, your dancers, blah, blah, blah. It was him and his laptop and a cord and searching YouTube. It was genius. So he played the new stuff from Swag and Swag 2. Just, I think it is genius. I think it's healing. I saw something online that said like weekend 1 was for Justin Bieber and then weekend 2 was for his fans. So weekend 2, he brought out Sexy Red, Big Sean, SZA, and then Haley got Billie Eilish to go up to the stage when Justin sang One Less Lonely Girl. And if you know anything about Billie Eilish, you know she is a huge Justin Bieber fan. You can go and look up videos that she would make when she was younger, talking about how much she loved him. She'd have his posters everywhere. I saw one video that was like, I can't date a guy. I can't date a boy because it wouldn't be fair because I don't truly like him. I like Justin Bieber. Like I love Justin Bieber. And then I've also seen videos of like the first time she met him in 2019 and then seeing like their relationship grow, interviews of Justin saying that he wants to protect Billie coming into the industry as a young person because he wasn't protected, and it's just really sweet to see their friendship grow. And so I guess Haley was supposed to be the one to go on the stage in weekend 2 for One Less Lonely Girl, but she was like, nope, we're gonna have Billie go up there and do it. And just the joy on her face, like she could not believe it. And just see like the love that Justin gave her when she was up there. It was beautiful. And seeing Justin sing to videos of his younger self and harmonize with his younger self. I mean, the symbolism in healing your inner child in this moment, amazing. Like, I love big sets. I love theatrics. I thought Sabrina Carpenter's performance was great and Carol G. Like, I really just watch the headlining shows, but other clips that I've seen, like, people will set up and do what they're going to do for their music and like the best way that they can portray it. And Justin's like, I want to get back to the basics. He even said during weekend 2, he was like, I started this because I love to sing and I want to get back to just singing and being himself. I was a little uncomfy with the way that everyone was grabbing on him. Weekend 2, he went down into the pit, so people who were front row got to essentially grab on Justin Bieber. I feel like that could have been toned down for sure. And then he said, "See y'all soon" when he ended his set. And I mean, Justin, if you come to Austin, you have an Austin auntie here that would love tickets to your show. I'm not gonna call myself like a believer. I feel like I'm an auntie, like I'm a little older. I listen to his music for sure, but I was more of like a beast pop. I was that boy band era. So when Justin came around, it was like, oh my goodness, I love his music, but like he's so young. So now I feel like I'm in my auntie role with Justin. And again, Justin, if you come to Austin, I'm your girl. I got you. I was literally bawling in bed watching your performance and just being so excited for you. But Sabrina Carpenter, let's talk about her. She was made to be a pop star. She was made to put on a performance in her acting, in her music. Like, she is fantastic at it. Her sets were great. Her outfits were amazing. Every song she played was a bop. It was fun. It was uplifting, was just like enjoyable to watch. And I think that's something about the power of music is you can just come together and enjoy it no matter like what you have going on. It can help get your mind off things. And I loved watching these performances. She brought out Madonna weekend too. Madonna is 67 years old and she is still a bad bitch. But the crowd seem to not know her as much, and that's just sad because like when I was growing up, my parents played all kinds of music. Like, they wanted me to hear all kinds of genres and learn all different kinds of artists and things like that. And I feel like that's just not the case now. It's like Madonna. How can you not know who Madonna is and like understand the lore of her, you know? And then Sabrina brought out Susan Sarandon weekend one, and then Gina Davis weekend two, to do some sort of like monologue of like a future Sabrina. So like I feel like that's where we really saw Sabrina's like theater background come in, because she wanted to tell an entire story with her set. And then Will Ferrell came out and Terry Crews came out, and I love the cameos. It's so cute. Okay, let's talk about Carol G. She is the first Latina woman to headline Coachella. Beautiful, stunning. Just you can tell how, I think for all of the artists who were there, like you could really tell how much this moment meant to them. And for her to be making history with that, you could just tell she was excited the entire time. She brought out Becky G on both weekends. And then the second weekend, she brought out J Balvin. Oh my goodness, I'm blanking on their names. And I know it starts with a P, and I'm going to remember as soon as I'm done with this. Anyways, yeah. And then Carol G announced that she's going on tour. So that's going to be amazing. But I just love the history that she made and the exposure to Latin music, and just like Bad Bunny did at the Super Bowl, showing that like you don't have to understand the words to feel the vibe and like to feel it in your heart and like to have a good time and dance. And I just thought it was great. But okay, have y'all seen the videos of Paris Hilton's bodyguard trying to keep up with her on the Coachella grounds? Coachella is like her playground, and there are just videos of her bodyguard chasing her and trying to keep up with her. She's like moving around like a fairy in the woods. He's like trying to keep up. I posted one on our socials. It made me laugh so much. I feel like he needs those wheelie shoes so he can just like wheel and keep up with her, because she is just moving all throughout the campgrounds. It's so funny. I'm sure y'all saw videos of people's camp area just completely destroyed by the wind, and like tents being on top of each other and just things being blown away. That's why I could never do Coachella, because after that entire day, the last thing I want to do is go back to a campsite and then like it's gone. Your campgrounds, like everything that like I just want to go back and lay down in bed. I am now that person who like if I'm not VIP or VVIP, which I like never am, just in my head I think I am. I don't want to go out to things like that if I don't get to like immediately get picked up and like immediately go to bed. That just sounds exhausting. I can't. Also, it just sucks because like we can't have anything nice, because apparently the guy who bought Coachella and who runs it now is he's donated to anti-LGBTQIA plus and anti-abortion causes. And he said that he has stopped donating to those kind of organizations. But apparently he's a red hat guy, and it's just like we can't have anything fun anymore. We take the joy. The joy is taken out of things when we learn who is really running the things, you know? I do have to call out though the regular ass bitches at Coachella TikTok. They had me cracking up all weekend. They recorded videos throughout the weekend showing off their outfits, and it would be like, "Hey, I've had these jeans since like 2012, and I have my Dr. Scholl's, and I got this shirt at a thrift store." And then they'd be like, "Regular bitches at Coachella." And I love that so much. That's what I want to see more of, the regular bitches. Have you heard that Nicole Kidman wants to become a death doula? Yeah, one, I didn't know that that was a thing, but she did an interview and said that she is training to be an emotional support person for people who are dying. And I think there is something beautiful about that. Could you imagine you're on your deathbed and Nicole Kidman's just like chilling with you? I would have her act out like so many different things. I'd be like, give me all of your characters. Like, just start. Do some sort of monologue. I want it all. She said that after her mom died in 2024, she decided she wanted to be there for people who were lonely as they were dying. She said that when her mom was passing away and or getting worse, her and her sister tried to be there as much as they could, but work kind of took them away. And then there were times that their mom was by herself, and so they felt bad about that. So Nicole Kidman wants to be able to be there and hang out with people if their families can't, just so they don't feel lonely. And if I was a death doula, I would absolutely have all my people watch Bravo. Maybe we throw in a little Traders. Maybe we throw in some Love Island to make it a little spicy. But we would definitely be watching reality TV. Should we get into some Bravo things? Y'all, if you're not watching The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, what are you doing with your life? It is so good. These women are amazing. They're not holding anything back. I feel like they're still like trying to get their footing, and some of them are. I think some of them right out the gate are like, let's do it. Let's bring it. Like Joellen, Alicia is Kel. I mean, they really are just doing it all. There are also so many cheating rumors, which is crazy. And I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago, but I really like how these people have actual friendships for the most part. Like Ashley I is new to the group, but Liz and Alicia have known each other forever. Liz and Joellen have known each other forever. It all just sounds like it's a pretty tight knit community. I mean, it's like the smallest state ever. It's crazy. And like Rula and her husband, y'all, I hate to say this, but I really hope Rula came on this show to get divorced. It usually happens, right? It's like Camille Grammer of it all. I really think she came on the show to get divorced. It's giving Real Housewives of New Jersey, Teresa, and Joe. Rula's husband has admitted to have cheated on her. He said it's over now. And Rula hates that Joe Ellen. I'm a Joe Ellen fan. I think she is a chaotic mess. I think she is 100% unapologetically herself. Is that always a good thing? No. We could scale it back a little bit, Joe Ellen. Please don't, because you're doing great for like our entertainment. But if you weren't on the show, maybe scale it back a little bit. But Rula hates that Joe Ellen has like sent pictures to Rula saying, hey, your husband's having an affair. So Rula is mad at Joellen for sending her the pictures of her husband cheating, but she's not mad at the husband. Make it make sense. And then Rula's husband knows someone who works with Joellen and wrote an email to her HR asking them to tell Joellen to stop talking about him. What? This guy is a douche. Rula wants Joellen to stop talking about it, but Joellen's like, everybody knows about it. I'm probably going about this the wrong way. And she even says later she wants to protect Rula. I'm like, okay, you're gonna protect by talking shit about her. And that conversation that they had at Liz's husband's birthday party, and Rula wanting her husband to say something, and he just stays quiet. And then except he did say like, well, everyone's kind of busy doing stuff. When she was like, say that you're not having an affair. Rula says in her family, you don't get divorced. But the producer called her out and was like, haven't you been divorced before? And she was like, yeah, we don't talk about that one. I don't want to get divorced again. But it's like, girl, if you are financially well off, if you can take care of yourself and your kids, why are you with this man that is constantly disrespecting you? But apparently, I'm sure y'all saw this over the weekend, the mistress posted pictures on Instagram that were taken at Rula's house. And apparently, the cheating husband had the mistress sign an NDA. I think they worked together or something. So he had her sign an NDA. But the photos break that NDA. Having your side piece sign an NDA is wild. And also, like, if Rula doesn't want to share her life, why do you come on reality TV? That's why I think, like, maybe she did come on the show to get divorced. I don't know. Or maybe she came on the show and thinking her husband would stop cheating on her. Like if they made it out there, put it public, maybe he would be ashamed and then he would stop. I don't know, girl. Deuces. Let's talk about another horrible husband on Rhode Island. Rosie's husband. I love how she gives him shade though. She's like, he's not really my type. Nearly think I'd marry him, you know? It's like, okay, that's great. But they just celebrated their 1 year anniversary on the show. He wants kids. She isn't sure because she didn't have a good childhood and she doesn't want to resent having children. She said her mom wanted perfection from her and her sister always, and she wasn't perfect, and it was really hard growing up in a household where it didn't seem like there was a lot of love and affection. Also, we learned that her mom basically forced them to have a Catholic wedding, or she wasn't going to go to her own daughter's wedding. Like that should tell you, like that plus like the super perfectionism stuff should tell you like what kind of person that is. And I feel so bad for Rosie because I can't imagine growing up in that environment. But then Rosie's husband is like, "Well, do you think like your mom wanted kids?" And Rosie was like, "No." And he's like, "Well, maybe it'll change like when you have them." And it's like, it's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that she doesn't want to have kids because of her childhood. And I'm sure she has talked with you about this multiple times, but you just didn't want to believe it. You thought she would change eventually. And it doesn't sound like it. Stop forcing women to have babies. Did y'all see that report though a couple weeks ago that was like, pregnancy is significantly down in the 15 to 19-year-old range? That's a good thing, right? We're not living in a world that's protecting mothers and children. So Rosie's trying to tell her husband, like, I don't want to be like my mom. I am so scared that I'm going to turn into her if I have kids. And he's like, well, maybe your perspective will change when you have them. She's like, maybe in like 5 to 10 years, but I will still be doing all my procedures to keep me looking young. So even when I'm like in my late 30s, I'll still be looking like I'm in my 20s. And he was like, but isn't that going to be harder for you to get pregnant if you're older? Just shut up. Just stop talking. Just go away. We don't need the husband on here. We're good. Okay, let's talk about the shitty men on the valley too, because I feel like we're in a season of Bravo of reminding us of the type of men that are out there. You know, not all men, but like always men. Danny. You know, I feel like Danny puts on this show, this persona that he wants us to believe. But I will still never forget in season 1, there was a clip of Danny's young kid being like, Daddy's not supposed to drink. And they all like joke about it and it's never brought up. And then we see in season 2 that Danny does have it. We hear that allegedly he has some sort of drinking problem. And then we hear what he does when he gets drunk, which is very touchy feely, very inappropriate. But because he has 4 kids and is such a good dad, we somehow bypass that. She is struggling with postpartum and being so far away from everything because now they live in Santa Clarita. She wants to be in the valley close to Kristen because they're both going through postpartum together and she can't do that. He even jokes about having a 5th child. And she's like, we're not joking. We're not, no. Don't you even say the number 5 in this household? Absolutely not. So Nia has scheduled a vasectomy for Danny, which apparently after that's done, you can still impregnate someone. There has to be like 30, 35 times that you have to do the thing to get everything out of your things. So he's telling Nia that he is going to make a sex schedule for her. He is going to get a calendar and write down all the times that they need to have sex so he can get everything out of him. And I'm like, have you ever, let's see, have you ever like made a calendar for your kids' doctor's appointments? Like, are you the one making calendars for all that stuff? Are you the one coordinating play dates and all these things? I highly doubt that. But you can go and make a calendar real quick to have sex with your wife who is struggling, but you're not aware because it's the Danny show. I really hope they're just editing him to make him look like a dick, but the more that we watch, I don't think there's a lot of needed editing there. He says that they're in their honeymoon phase for the rest of their life, and she's like, I am telling you that I am struggling. Our 4th child does not want to take a bottle, so I have to be there 24/7 for her because I am her only source of food. And Danny's like, we're going to have sex. She's like, no, like you're not listening to me. And then in this latest episode, their new frontier house party theme, their housewarming party, the way that he talks in his cowboy accent the entire time, I wanted to jump through my TV and punch the accent out of him, punch the act out of him. And that's not great because violence is not the answer. But he annoyed me so much. And Nia was like, I am trying to talk to you. Like, we're trying to talk about party logistics. We're trying to figure out where to put the food. And like, you can't get out of character. I feel like he just constantly trying to audition for things, like using this show to audition for things constantly and showing the range of acting that he can do. It's like, we don't need it. We're good. He's really bothering me this season, and I really feel bad for Nia. And then Luke, Luke. Kristen is struggling with postpartum too. And this is her first baby. So she doesn't know what to do, right? She is taking it day by day. She wants her partner to like be there for her, and all he can think about is having sex. And she's like, my body has completely changed. Like, yes, it's nice that like you keep trying with me, but I am not in that headspace to try to be intimate right now because I am a completely different person. And Luke keeps pushing it. That's like the one thing he's mad about. And I hope this is like a made up or exaggerated storyline for Luke to like give him something for the show because otherwise he wasn't going to have anything really. Because what does Luke do? He might have like houses in Colorado or something. Maybe there's something that he does, but like what? Oh, and then middle fingers to Kristen's therapist. Here, let me do this better. Middle fingers to Kristen's therapist who told her, what's 15 minutes out of your day? Go fuck your husband. I'm sure Kristen has been telling you that she doesn't feel good about herself. And you're just like, man, whatever. Go please your man, because that's the most important thing. And then Luke even saying that he wants Kristen to go out and get drunk during girls' night so that when she comes back home, she'll be like inebriated and want to have sex with him. Like, no, Luke, like go chop some wood or something. This is weird. Okay, let's get into Southern hospitality real quick. Maddie Reese just celebrated 12 years of sobriety, like in real time. So, congratulations to Maddie. That is an amazing accomplishment. Her sponsor is so cool. I love seeing her talks with her sponsor on the show because I think it does help a lot of people to have exposure to that and like hear what she was saying. And there was something her sponsor said. She said, you can't hold your drink and your dreams in the same hand. And people will be like, well, we have two hands. You can't do both. Like, if you truly want to achieve your dreams, but you do have an issue with alcohol and like that hinders you from, if it hinders you from doing what you want to do, right? Then like maybe reevaluate is basically what she's saying. But we see Maddie struggle with being with someone who likes to drink, but specifically him lying about where he is to go drink or to find out that he is drinking instead of working. And Joe, he pissed me off in this episode too, because he was like, well, Maddie knows the type of guy that I am. Like, she knew who she was getting with. She knows I like to go out. And it's like, okay, yeah, but also, like, what are you doing for yourself to progress in your life? You keep saying that you want to open these businesses and you want to open a bar with Leva and her husband, but you're not proving to them that you deserve that. And Maddie's starting to feel triggered and doesn't want to enable Joe, but also doesn't want to keep on him either because he's an adult. She wants him to be successful, but he's going about it the wrong way. She even talks about it with Leva later. Like, she doesn't want their future children, if they end up staying together and having kids, she doesn't want their future children to grow up in a household where parents drink often. She grew up in that. She does not want that. She wants to break the cycle. But if Joe continues at this pace, she doesn't want that in long term. And later when she talks to Leva, Leva's like, he goes about it the wrong way. Like, he thinks his idea of like networking and building a business is to go out to bars and after parties and be the whole social thing instead of like being at the bar every night that you're supposed to be there. Because Maddie thought he was at work at Republic all night. She checked his location and he was at another bar. He was like, well, I did go to Republic, but I went out after, like, to meet people, get my name out there, blah, blah, blah. Also, the fact that Joe is throwing this huge 30th birthday bash and has to sell 400 tickets to break even. Like, put that money somewhere else, bro. That is insane. Are there even 400 people that, like, care to go to your shit in Charleston. I feel like he thinks this party needs to be a success to show Leva that he is good at planning events. And it's like, or just show up to work and show her that she can trust you. Because I think that's the main thing. She wants you to be at your job and show that you care. But his way of showing that he cares is totally opposite. Speaking of success, I think it's so cool to see TJ's success with Sir Wieners. I love the wordplay. I love the different types that he's making. It's really cute that they have that pop-up on King Street that he does once a month, and I see his merch online all the time, and TJ has his own things, you know, whatever. But I just think it's so cool that he is building a business and like he put his mind to it and is doing it. It's been around for like a year, I think now, maybe two. So I don't know, it's pretty cool. It's also been a couple rough episodes for Lake and Michaels. I don't know if Emmy is rubbing off on Lake or what, but man, Lake is being a pot stirrer and she's given some mean girl energy. It's just like mad at Mia for going on a date with this guy, Justin, because Lake's friend was in a situationship with him. And Mia's like, I'm not even friends with her. They are, I guess, like in the same friends circle because Jordan is Molly's roommate and Molly and Mia are friends. So Molly's like, she thinks y'all are friends and now she's upset that you went on a date with him because she thought y'all were friends. And Mia's like, I don't talk to her. I don't send her memes. If I don't send her memes, then she's not my friend. Also, just like Lake inserting herself in drama that has nothing to do with her. She just likes the drama. And again, she's like 22. We all remember what we were like at 22. I probably would have been gossiping my face off too. Sorry. It's fun, whatever. Also, the mean girl shit from Emmy and Lake about like Mia's fake boobs. So Lake is hosting this paint and sip event at Leah's new spot. Leah at Leva's new spot. There's so many names to keep up with. Lake is hosting this thing. Emmy is like, "Did you invite Mia?" Lake's like, "No, but Molly could have invited her because Molly's helping me plan it." And Emmy's like, "No fake titties over here." And you know, we thought she ate with that. Emmy was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be a line, that's gonna be a teaser, that's gonna be in the trailer. And it's like, no, honey. And they even say it later, something about like the silicone has gone to Mia's head. And talking about silicone, are y'all watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta? We'll have to talk about that on next episode because poor K Michelle and her butt injections. That just doesn't sound good at all. It wasn't good. She had to go to the hospital. Anyways, back to Emmy. She thinks she ate with that comment, but she didn't. And then Michael's going off on Lake at the lake house, yelling at her, following her into the bathroom to yell at her some more. Says he doesn't feel bad for her when they were fighting because we learned that Lake likes to talk. She likes to say things to people she probably shouldn't say them to. And her mom told her, shut your mouth and stop talking about people. This always gets you in trouble. You share things that people talk with you privately about, and then they get mad at you. And that's exactly what happened. The feelings, the reactions, their brains aren't fully developed. And that's what makes these shows so good. But then they make up and they're fine now, so that's good. But I think Molly and Michaels and Lake were all fighting on Instagram a couple weeks ago. That's gonna be crazy. Let's end with Summer House. Okay, what the fuck is going on in this episode? And I said it at the beginning. This coming week's episode is supposed to be worse. If you're listening to it when this episode drops on Tuesday, the Summer House episode is tonight. I think it's going to be more Ciara and West focused since Amanda is not there. And that's going to be rough to see. But we're on episode 11. Season has to be almost over. So I'm guessing the rest of the season is going to be more Ciara and West focus. I don't know. I'm so ready for the reunion. Okay, here's what I want from the Summer House reunion. I want to know how KJ and Dara are doing. I love that they're still together. It's really cute. I want to know if Carl and Bailey are dating. I'm here for it. Their conversation in this last episode, he was just like open and talking about how like sometimes he wishes he could drink because it would give him the confidence to like share his feelings, but he is still struggling on how to do that sober. Which, yeah, I mean, right? Liquid courage. We've all heard of it. We've probably all experienced it. He's like, I don't know how to really confront and like say how I feel without drinking. And I just loved like how she listened and was just like trying to understand him. So I think Carl and Bailey would be cute together. I want to know more about Levi. I wish we can give her another chance. I don't know if she just got edited out more because of the recent dramas. I don't know. That's all I want from the reunion to start with. KJ Dara, Carl Bailey. Levi, tell us a little more about yourself. Oh. We still need to hold Kyle accountable for saying F you to Amanda and calling her an F and B. That was not okay whatsoever. And then everything else can be about Amanda and Wes. Like, I want timelines, I want details. You owe us that. We've been watching you on our TVs for years. We've supported you in different ways. Let us know what's going on. Also, I'm having the same experience with Amanda that I did with Craig. Like, I feel like I see the real them now. It really is wild how, like, blinders go on when they're dating a certain person. I think Kyle had just treated Amanda poorly for years. So then it automatically, like, we were on Amanda's side because your husband doesn't love you, and now it's like, oh, well, you're not great either. Cool. It's just like, and I've been seeing posts like justice for Kyle. It's like, okay, we can't just erase like the way he treated her for the last 10 years, and especially what he said to her a couple episodes ago. Like, we can't get that out of our mind. Even though I did buy a Carl is a Mess sweatshirt that should be shipping very soon, I really wish I gotten a t-shirt because I live in Texas and it's about to get hella hot for the summer, but we'll make it work somehow. Okay, the whole Weston Amanda thing, fully convinced that it had started last summer after we saw this episode. He sat on her, which we know. Ciara says if he sits on you, he likes you, which is weird. Playing with her hair, touching her shoulders. The hair thing, y'all, that was a different vibe. Amanda getting jealous that the other girl that West brought at that lame Vegas party. Jesse, what was that party? That was horrible. Good thing West invited 96 women. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had anyone there. It was cheap. It was nothing. Why did we do it? So yeah, when West is sitting with that girl in the lounge chair and Amanda goes to sit over because she's such a good friend to Ciara, turns out no, she was 100% jealous, right? We all caught that, right? And then when she gets up to the lounge chair, she tells them, okay, well, stare at my butt when you walk away. No one says that to their best friend's ex-boyfriend. No one says that, like, you're married. One, you're married still. And then two, that's your best friend's ex-boyfriend, who like, they've had rough shit the last couple years. Like, why would you do that? But now we know she was jealous. Even later, when they have that conversation when they're sitting on the patio furniture, well, let's talk about Wes making out with a girl literally right next to Ciara. She is sitting right there. The audacity, the cojones to do that. Like, you have to have some balls to make out with someone else. When the girl that y'all been, will they, won't they, it ended badly, she's right there. It's crazy. Then later after that, Amanda was telling Wes, like, we need to have respect for everyone in the house. We all have to live together. Like, this isn't okay. And we all thought, we all know now. That's not for Ciara. That conversation was for herself. And it just sucks that, like, we know what's going on with Amanda and Wes now. Like, I would have loved to have found out at the reunion or something because I want to know what I would have thought otherwise. I think the hair thing would have 100% weirded me out. The look at my butt when I walk away, that would have been weird, but we probably would have like laughed it off, made some sort of excuse for it, whatever. And then her having this conversation, we would have been like, oh yeah, she's sticking up for Ciara. That's right. Now we know the truth. Okay, also, Amanda's confessional when she was like, Kyle has always been Team Ciara. Because when Amanda's like getting mad at West, Kyle is like, what are you doing? Like, this has nothing to do with you. Like, why are you getting so heated? And Amanda was yelling at her husband so she could yell at her side piece. Cinema. So Kyle's like, what are you doing? Then in Amanda's confessional, she's like, Kyle's always been Team Ciara. He's always stood up for her. why now is he like taking West's side? That doesn't make any sense. And I think we talked about this before, but it's like that whole jealousy thing that Amanda was always jealous that Kyle stood up for Ciara and not for her. He always cared about Ciara's feelings. He didn't give a shit about Amanda. So what's Amanda going to do? She's going to turn around and hurt Ciara the way that she's been hurt for years through Kyle because he genuinely cares about Ciara and he wasn't showing that same kind of respect or any kind of respect to his wife, really. And it was just hard hearing Ciara say that, like, her issue is that she doesn't feel seen by West, that he treats her differently. And that goes back to what she was talking about in her Glamour interview of like being a person of color, we're treated differently. And she's talked about like the over sexualization that people just think that she's like a quest, something that they want to experience, but they don't truly want to get to know her and love her. And here's an example, he doesn't see her and care about her feelings. Because if he did, he wouldn't have made out with someone right next to him. And then him saying, well, we kind of dated. It's like, it was so much deeper than that with you and Ciara to the point that you got a New York Times article about your breakup. So it wasn't just something like, we were kind of barely dating. Boy, bye. And then also just seeing Ciara and Mia comfort Amanda when she was making herself the victim and that whole Sabrina Ben thing. Y'all, earlier in the episode, when Amanda told Ben, or no, it was when Amanda was talking to Sabrina about the comment she made saying, like, oh, well, everyone in the house thinks that your boyfriend's actually in love with me. And Sabrina's like, bitch, I just met you. What is happening? And like, why are you talking about my man like that? This is weird. Amanda telling Sabrina, well, that really wasn't my information to share. What kind of half ass apology is that? What was that? And I like Sabrina. I mean, she's obviously a fan of the show. She knows a lot of stuff about everyone. I think she came in a little too hot at Lindsay's housewarming party. But also, that's kind of like the theme for this show. Like, you just come in, you do your thing. I like her. I love that her and Ciara are friends in real life. They automatically clicked. Amanda probably got jealous of that too. Who knows? I love that Mia was telling Ciara, though, like, it's not normal to live in a share house with someone you've dated and like you're handling it really well. And Ciara's like, he's back in jail. Like I had a gut feeling about him, but like I want to be friends with him again, but like I can't. Like my body is like, no, you can't trust this man to like even build a friendship, you know? And KJ and Dara, they're so cute. She's making sure that he set his alarm, that he's charging his phone, and KJ is a little unsure about making it official with Dara because he's moved quickly in other relationships, but we see a teaser for this week's episode that he has officially asked her to be his girlfriend and he lets Ciara and Mia know and they're so happy for him. Let's talk about Mia because she was on Watch What Happens Live this past week. Y'all, her telling Ciara about the dream with her parents absolutely crushed me. Both of her parents have passed away. She had a dream about both of them and she was begging her mom to come visit her. And her mom was saying, I can't. I want to like wrap myself around Mia and give her like the biggest hug because I can't imagine like not having both of your parents and then having these, I'm sure it was like a vivid dream of her mom and she like just wants to be there with her. Gosh, it's just so freaking sad. But she was on Watch What Happens Live. She was the first Summer House person since the scandal broke. So Andy was like, I have so many questions. I'm sorry, but like, let's go. She said she found out from Ciara. Ciara's intuition, again, her gut was telling her something was up. And it was true. Things like started to click for them. And like Mia's like, I didn't want to believe it. Like rumors were going around, things were lining up. I'm sure it was like the Find My Friends, her being there really, really early in the morning at West apartment. Mia's like, I just didn't want to believe it, but after like we found out a bunch of stuff and it was like, yeah, okay, this is happening. Like something is going on. Mia said that Amanda and West have both reached out to her to apologize and like apologize for lying and talk to them about what's going on, but Mia's like, I have no idea what to say to y'all. Like, I am not the one. Like I just have to worry about my girl Ciara right now. I don't even know what I could say to you because y'all are both like trash. She didn't say trash. I just added that in there for fun. At the reunion, Mia says she wants to know what they thought was going to happen. Like, how did you think this was going to go? And again, I think it goes back to that whole we're hiding, we're doing it behind closed doors, we're secretive, it's fun. But now that we're actually together, this sucks. Kind of like the vibe we felt or saw at the Yankees game. Mia said, okay, so Mia is friends with Rihanna's best friend, I guess, or they run in the same circles in New York. And Rihanna surprised her best friend at her birthday party in New York, and Mia was there. And Mia said as soon as Rihanna saw her, she like went straight to her and was like, "Give me all the tea. Like, I need to know what's going on in those group chats." And Mia was like, "Rihanna loves me. You can let her know." Like, she told me that. She loves me on the TV. And I just think that's so amazing. I love that Rihanna is a Bravo fan. Like, Bravo is for everyone. And once you get into it, it is just so much fun to talk about. Okay, y'all. If you're still listening, thank you. It wasn't a 3-hour episode like I thought it was going to be. Okay, that's all I have for y'all this week on Wonderful Garbage. Please follow us on social media on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads at It's Wonderful Garbage. Follow me on Instagram at Angela Garbage. I think that's my TikTok too. I kind of post on there sometimes. Follow us, share, make sure you are subscribed to our channel wherever you are listening to this so you get notified when new episodes drop. And just thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. All right, y'all. Until next time.